By the year 2050, the UK's total emissions must drop by 80%. But cutting back using existing measures alone won't be enough. To meet that target and to create a lasting low-carbon economy, new, cleaner energy technologies are needed now. The Carbon Trust is taking the lead in developing technologies needed for a low-carbon future and has supported over 250 projects and companies since 2001. In this film, we'll find out how the Carbon Trust works to support emerging technologies and see 3 case studies of companies who have all benefited.
We work with entrepreneurs and we back their ideas and help take them successfully to market. And we also work in partnership with organisations of all sizes to help demonstrate and prove and deploy the most promising clean technologies.
We need a great deal of innovation because although we have the technologies today that would allow us to reduce our emissions by 80%, they're too expensive. Innovation is all about making them affordable.
One of the things we're looking for is an idea that stacks up. An idea that stacks up is one that works technically, but also is capable of actually making that journey to become commercial reality.
I would recommend any credible, commercially viable, technologically leading clean tech business to engage with the Carbon Trust. If you don't, you should have your head examined because they are the authoritative leader.
The Carbon Trust is the UK's clean tech expert. It helps entrepreneurs, leads collaborative projects, invests in early-stage companies and opens markets for low-carbon technologies. For the Carbon Trust, it's about how you go from idea to investment to income. Ceres Power designs and builds revolutionary low-carbon fuel cells that can be used in domestic boilers. The Carbon Trust has supported Ceres Power with research funding, expertise and venture capital investment. The company has also won the Carbon Trust Innovation Awards, helping to raise their profile to potential investors and partners.
When you fit our product in a home, instead of the existing gas boiler, we would save around 25% of the carbon footprint of that home. So it's a significant reduction in the overall carbon emissions from that house.
The relationship with the Carbon Trust has evolved over our journey as a business. They became a shareholder through an equity investment of £1 million back in December 2003 through their venture capital arm. They also helped us out with some R&D grants to fund some of those critical technology innovations that we might not otherwise have done. Now, more recently, the relationships evolved towards creating the marketplace, things to do with selling more product as opposed to making the technology work.
I think without the Carbon Trust's support, we would probably still be in the development phase. We wouldn't have actually gone over that barrier of preparing our technology for industrialization.
We're now installing a meaningful number in people's homes across the country to get reliability data, and then the year after, in 2011, we're gearing up for mass production. And we're roughly halfway through that journey now. It's quite an exciting stage.
So how does the Carbon Trust work with clean technology entrepreneurs? Every low-carbon idea has to make the journey from concept to commercialisation. The Carbon Trust calls this the innovation journey. There are different pathways for that journey: technology, company and market. An enterprise needs to progress along all these pathways to deliver a product that is commercially viable. That's where the Carbon Trust can help. Each company's challenges are different, but what the Carbon Trust is interested in is that they make it.
The technology journey is the process of going from an idea, a principle, through to a warranted product.
First of all, we focus on technology development itself, so helping promising entrepreneurs and early-stage companies get technologies to the next level of development, that next crucial milestone to prove whether or not they can work. We focus also on the company journey, the extent to which the company itself is able and equipped to get the technology to market. And in particular, that's about helping those companies go out and raise the private investment they need to bring the technology to market. So once you've got a credible technology and a credible company to deliver that technology, there's still more needed though. You need to focus on the wider market context. Who are the customers? Why will they buy these products? What are the other barriers and issues that are stopping these technologies being used?
Clue Bioenergy is a specialist biomass heating and fuel company based in Scotland. Biomass is a sustainable fuel, and although popular on the continent, it has experienced low levels of uptake in the UK so far.
Biomass is a carbon neutral fuel because trees absorb carbon as part of their growing life cycle. When trees are burned or wood is burned, it releases the same amount of carbon that it's absorbed during its life. The fuel is bulky, and you need significant fuel storage. Traditionally, the fuel is stored in underground bunkers, and these bunkers can be expensive to construct. We had an idea that to avoid some of that high capital expenditure on the fuel storage, we might be able to come up with a ground-level solution.
To help the market for biomass heat take off, the Carbon Trust had set up its Biomass Heat Accelerator and was looking for companies to back. But Clue Bioenergy's innovation was a perfect opportunity.
They had an idea they wanted to develop about finding a way of using basically temporary trucks installed with a means of delivering fuel into the boiler, into the heating system, which in itself would actually be lower cost than having to dig the holes in the ground to build the civil constructions. We appointed them a specialist consultant who had experience in biomass heating technology, that also worked in materials handling, and we used their expertise and their knowledge as an organisation that was selling this equipment to develop this lower cost method of delivering the fuel, of storing the fuel on site.
Initial indications are that we could have something in the region of a 16% saving in the capital expenditure costs and increase the fuel storage on site as well. If it hadn't been for the Biomass Heat Accelerator project, I think it may have taken us years to come up with the results we've got.
Extensis design optical sensors capable of accurately measuring temperature and pressure in extreme environments, such as gas turbines or aero engines. With highly accurate readings, these huge carbon emitters can be run at optimum levels, making them vastly more efficient.
We've talked to the Carbon Trust about a number of projects that we've been involved with. They've always been quite an attractive source of funding, but also because they work with you in developing the projects. It's not simply a pot of money that they'll hand over.
We went to the Carbon Trust looking for development support funding, and as part of that process they really helped us to realise what structure we wanted and who would be good collaborators for us.
Carbon Trust have always been very supportive of helping the company move forward. They actually provided 5 days consultancy for us to help us develop that project. So this involved doing some market research for us, spending some time here at the company, talking with us, helping to develop the project, looking at what the competition was and how we might present a more convincing business plan.
The help that the Carbon Trust gave us in appreciating what would make a good bid was really very helpful indeed.
The Carbon Trust offered Extensis a grant, and the company went on to win the Industry Category Award in the Carbon Trust 2009 Innovation Awards. To date, the Carbon Trust has helped drive around £1 billion of new investment into the low-carbon economy, and by 2050 expect to have reduced carbon emissions by over 20 million tonnes a year.
The Carbon Trust also gives a form of endorsement to the company and gives it an element of credibility. If the Carbon Trust has supported this technology, then it must work. And so therefore investors and customers are going to see our technology as credible, and that's an important aspect.
For any company considering approaching the Carbon Trust, I'd say go for it. We found them to be very open, very frank, very fair in our dealings with them.
The UK is distinctively well placed as a hub for low-carbon innovation in the future. We have a great academic resource to draw upon. We have great industrial expertise and experience, and we have great natural resources. The second industrial revolution, the clean tech revolution, will see us decarbonise our economy going forward. Britain has its role to play, and so does the Carbon Trust.